Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and today we'll discover how a near tragedy demonstrated the importance of building our children's confidence in ways that can impact the decisions they make for the rest of their lives, as well as all the lives they'll touch. Please enjoy this incredible story, because this is your daily inspiration. It was a quiet evening in a small home in Sapulpa, Oklahoma, and 90-year-old Catherine Ritchie was getting ready for bed. Although she'd seen a lot in the 53 years she lived in the house, nothing could have prepared her for what came next. As she walked from her bathroom, she found her entire bed frame engulfed in flames. Frantically, she tried to put out the fire with blankets and repeatedly hit the emergency button she wears. Nothing worked, and the fire was quickly spreading. By that time, the smoke was so bad I couldn't see to get out of my room, she says. She felt along the walls for an escape, but ended up opening her closet door instead of her bedroom door. She could have easily been trapped. Several teenage boys in the neighborhood smelled the smoke from outside. It smelled kind of like burning rubber, one of the boys says. Something wasn't right. And then we heard the house alarm go off. Thinking quickly, the young men darted to her house. One started breaking the glass on the front door, says Catherine's daughter, Missy. One called 911. One went to the back door and began kicking it in, and then one ran to the neighbors for help. The boys responsible for the rescue are 17-year-old Wyatt, 16-year-old Dylan, 16-year-old Seth, and 14-year-old Nick. In fact, it was Nick that was the first to break into the house. He found Catherine in the hallway and scooped her up, Missy says. He picked me up, said Catherine, and I said, I can walk, and he said, we're getting you out of here now. Catherine and the four boys made it out of the house unharmed. The fire department came soon after and put out the fire. You know, there wasn't an adult in sight, says Catherine's daughter, Missy. But these four kids took immediate action to save an elderly woman they didn't even know for sure was home, and whom three of them had never even met. Ever since that night, my life has changed, says 17-year-old Wyatt, for the better. Missy blogged in honor of the teen boys. Thank you for your selfless acts of heroism and courage, she wrote. Thank you for not allowing this to be the tragic end to our mother's amazing life. Thank you for staying with her, hugging her, and for helping her feel less alone until we could get to her. Missy signed the blog on behalf of her mother's 10 children and 42 grandchildren. Catherine is equally grateful for the young men's generosity. They were just so special, she says, even as young as they were. What's remarkable about these young men is how quickly they took action, without hesitation or reserve. When many of us encounter an emergency situation of someone in need, we often turn a cold shoulder. We may say, it's not my problem, or we freeze in panic. And there are some who even stop for a vicarious thrill and watch the show. It's understandable. Instinctively, we repeat what we have seen all our lives. It's not a far leap to imagine that these young men acted because they had seen something different in their upbringing, and because they could. Very likely, they were raised to believe they were capable, that they could handle risk, and that there are some things worth taking risks for. When a house caught fire with an elderly woman inside, rather than back away, they dived in. Such is the natural consequence of children allowed to make real choices. When we grant children the freedom to be themselves, mistakes and all, they grow in confidence. This is not something that happens overnight. It's something that builds as they make choices, as we give them freedom while they're growing up. They come to feel worthwhile, capable, and strong. Eventually, children raised in this manner become invincible, the true leaders of tomorrow. Likewise, when we interfere with the choices of children by constantly controlling them, and when we rescue them from every difficulty, we end up crippling them. They tend to lack initiative. They believe themselves to be incapable. They feel worthless and weak and refuse to take risks, often for the rest of their lives. Of course, we never intended to harm them, but by controlling their every choice and protecting them from every risk, that's exactly what we do. What can you do to encourage the children in your life, whether it's your own child or someone you mentor, to learn to take appropriate risks and to make real choices? What will you do to break the destructive patterns of generations and build strong, happy kids? Will you raise children who would run into the flames? Or will you raise those who would walk away? Will you say, I am dedicated to changing the next generation, and break that chain today? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.